Hey, Jeff, are you there? Guess what? I have some huge news for you. You know that friend of mine, Sally? Well, she just had her second child. Isn't that exciting? I'm so happy for her.
Oh, wow. Did she really? I think I remember you telling me she was pregnant, but I didn't realize she'd be having it so soon.
I know, right? It really is just so amazing for her. I'm just so happy for her. Do you know that?
I bet. That really is some good news. I suppose we should probably send some kind of gift or card or something?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. After all, that is what we did when she had her first kid, remember? I wonder what we should get her. I guess just as long as it would be something actually useful for a mother of two. That would be the main point we should be thinking about.
Well, we could always get more baby clothes for her or something like that. Or I guess we could always just go the more practical route and get something like a diaper or pacifier or something like that.
I'm really not sure about what we should get at all. I guess we should probably try and sit down and talk about this together. Who knows that figuring out a gift for a little baby would ever be so difficult? I don't know. What do you think might be a good gift, Jeff? Would you mind if I just left the whole gift idea to you instead, actually? It would be a huge help for me.
Oh, yeah, sure. That should be just fine. I have a boss with a couple of kids, so maybe I'll just ask her. And maybe she can come up with a good idea for a gift that would be nice and practical for a new mother of two.
Would you really do that for me? Thank you so much, Jeff. That really does mean a lot. I feel like you're just so much better with this stuff than I am.
Well, this isn't the first or even second time I've had to do this within the span of a few months. It seems like everyone is wanting kids these days. Even some of the guys in my office have been out taking their paternity leave since their wives have just had kids. And I know a guy in my office who just had his third kid, if you can believe it.
Oh, wow. Well, reading all of that only makes me want to have kids even faster now. But no matter how much I want a kid, I just can't seem to get pregnant. I wonder if there's something wrong with me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about what the exact issue could be. But it might be good to see a doctor or something like that.
I guess, but do you have any idea what the cause of all of this could be? I mean, do you have any ideas at all?
Well, if I'm being honest, I haven't really thought about it all that deeply, and I don't really know nearly enough about the body to be able to really answer.
Well, I've heard that sometimes women can't give birth because they're under too much stress. Did you know that? And apparently, worrying about having a kid all the time is one of the ways to stress yourself out into not being able to have a kid.
So you think that you might just need a bit more rest and maybe a more peaceful environment, then? I guess if that's what you think, then it would make why you can't have any kids all my fault. Is that right? After all, I know how busy I've been with work lately, and I know that I haven't been there for you as much as I should have.
Well, you are a television producer, so I suppose you would have a very busy life, and you hardly get any vacations either.
So then are you really telling me that you think one of the reasons why you can't have kids is because of me? If that's really how you feel about the matter, then I just want to say that I'm very truly sorry.
Oh, what are you talking about? You don't have anything to apologize for at all. I mean, it's your job after all.
I know, but well, I know that you want kids, and if you're telling me that it's partially my fault why you can't, then, well, that just makes me feel bad.
You really don't need to feel bad or anything like that at all. I mean, I really shouldn't hold it against you, so you shouldn't hold it against yourself.
Are you sure about that? I mean, is that how you really feel on the matter?
Of course. So please, I really don't want you to be stressing yourself about this either. I'm not trying to say that anything is your fault at all.
Are you sure? Because that's not really how it was coming off just a while ago.
Of course, I'm not blaming you at all, but I just want you to know that I really do want kids as soon as we possibly can have them. Hey Jeff, I hope that you're having a good work right now. I was just wondering if you had a little bit of time to talk to me really quickly.
Oh, hey Catherine. Thanks for checking in. I hope that you're doing okay too. Yeah, I think I have time for a quick chat right now. Is everything okay? What seems to be on your mind?
Well, I just want to let you know that I just took a test and, well, I'm finally pregnant. Isn't that amazing news?
Wow, wait. Are you serious? Are you really pregnant right now?
That's right. I'm 3 months pregnant, apparently. All of our dreams are finally going to come true. This is just so amazing.
Wow. Well, I am just really so happy for you. You've wanted this for so long. And I guess that means that I'm gonna be a dad now. Wow. I don't know what else to say except that I'm happy.
I'm just so overjoyed. I can't believe that this is finally happening after all this time. But anyways, that's why I wanted to ask you, would you mind divorcing me? Well, I want to...
Wait, what? You want to get a divorce? I don't understand. Why in the world would you want to do something like that?
I want to get a divorce so that I can leave you, of course. That's kind of what they're here for. You know, could you stop by the courthouse and get the paperwork on your way home?
But this doesn't make any sense to me at all. Why would you want to do this when you just found out that you were pregnant? I don't get it. I thought this is what you wanted after all this time, right?
Well, now I'm going to have a kid, so that's why I'm leaving you. Do you still really not get that at all?
I don't get it. Why does it have to be that way? Why do you keep saying that?
Well, the truth of the matter is that there's someone else that I like, and so that's why you and I need to get a divorce now.
So then, you don't love me anymore. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's not like I never ever loved you or anything like that. It's just that I loved you up until I met this other person. Get it? And now I feel like I finally found my true love. The one that I knew deep down that I was still out there looking for. But now I finally found that person and I'm just so happy.
I don't even know what to say to any of this right now. You're leaving me for another man.
Well, I love him, Jeff. In fact, that's one more thing I should say. You said that you were going to be a dad, but the truth is that this child inside of me is actually his.
So you mean that you're pregnant and it's not even with my kid? How could you do that to me?
I'm so sorry that I never said anything earlier. I just didn't want you to get upset and hate me before we actually had to really break up. But it's the truth. I just don't love you anymore, and that this man has my heart all to himself. So please, can we just end this already?
I can't believe that you're just wanting to break up our marriage just like that. Like it's nothing. And just who even is this guy that apparently is going to be the father of your child? Huh?
Oh, come on. You know that I can't tell you anything about him, Jeff. After all, he does have his rights to privacy, you know.
Privacy? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke? You really want to talk about privacy after admitting that you just cheated on me?
I don't really get what you mean by that. I mean, would you rather I not tell you at all and just found out when I disappeared? And just why do you want to know about who the guy is anyways? What would you even do with that information? Are you going to go and try to fight him or something? What do you mean?
Of course I'm not going to try and fight that guy or anything. But you know that I can't just leave things like this.
What do you mean? I don't really see how any of this has to do with you in the first place.
How can you say that this has nothing to do with me? Are you being serious right now? I married you. You're my wife. I thought that we were going to spend the rest of our lives together, and yet now you're telling me that you found another man? Let him knock you up? Now you're just going to leave me? Well, I hope that you know that I am well within my rights to sue for this affair that's happening.
You mean that you're going to sue the future father of my children? How could you do that? Honestly, I mean, how could you be so cruel? And here I thought that you were always such a kind and sweet person, and yet now you tell me that you would do something like this.
It isn't about being nice or not nice or anything like that at all, Catherine. The fact of the matter is that you cheated on me. You broke my trust with you. More than that, you ripped it up and stomped on it.
You really just don't know anything at all, do you, Jeff? Honestly, I can't believe that I wanted to have a baby this long and I just couldn't see that you were the real baby this whole time. I don't know what you want to hear right now, Jeff, but the plain truth of the matter is that life is hard and sometimes it throws difficult moments like this at you. But you need to man up and take this as a chance for you to grow into the person you're supposed to be.
I don't care if you want to leave me. It's your life and you can do what you want. Just tell me, who's the person you're leaving me for?
Well, okay. If you're going to be so persistent, I guess that I could try giving you a little hint first. It's actually someone that you know really, really well.
Wait a second. You mean that you cheated on me with someone that I knew? Are you kidding me?
Well, I'm not going to tell you any more than that, so you just have to figure out the rest of your own. Of course, I'd rather you don't, since you just want to hit him.
I can't believe that you come clean to me about the cheating, but you can't just tell me who it is that you cheated on me with.
Well, I just needed to make it clear to you why exactly I was asking for a divorce in the first place. You know, I mean, would you really rather that I kept lying to you about this? Aren't you glad that you know the truth?
So then, when you said that kid wasn't mine, you were really being serious? I'm not going to be a father after all?
That's right. There's basically zero chances that you are the father of this child. It just can't be possible.
And just what makes you so certain that I couldn't be the child's father?
Well, because I noticed that I wasn't getting pregnant while you and I were together, right? But you know why that is, right? It's because I was taking birth control the secret in this whole time.
So then, it was never that you were worried about not being able to get pregnant. You were just making yourself that way on purpose?
Of course, although the problem with doing that was actually I really couldn't be sure if either of us had any problems having kids, you know?
I don't get what you even mean by that. I mean, you were with me and said that you wanted kids, but now you're telling me that you were on birth control the entire time? Just what is it that you even wanted from me in our relationship in the first place?
I told you that I really did love you, you know, but I just don't love you as much as the man that I'm with now. Don't you get that? But I just want to make sure that you wouldn't get suspicious of me looking around at other men while we were together, so that's why I kept this a secret until now. Well,
I just wish that you would have broken up with me, rather than string me along all this time pretending that I was your true love.
I'm sorry, but I just finally reached a point where I realized that I really couldn't do life with you anymore. Besides, what if you really couldn't have children at all? Then what will we do? Could you imagine if we just stayed married but didn't have any children?
So your solution to that is to get pregnant with some other man's baby while you and I are still married?
Oh, right. Well, if it's actually kind of funny with that, you see. The truth is that this man of mine actually didn't want to get married to me at all. But he told me that he would marry me if I ever happened to get pregnant, and I guess that this guy wants kids as badly as I did.
I know that you wanted kids, and I already apologized if I had any part in making things difficult for you there. But I just wish that you would have talked to me about all this instead of just dropping it all on me at once.
But look, we already went over this. I already told you that it wasn't your fault that we couldn't have any kids. But the fact of the matter is that I just couldn't stand having kids with you.
I don't even know what to say to that. It feels like the past several years of my life have been a lie. I mean, I would go to work thinking every day that I was providing for my loving wife. I worked so hard to save up enough money to buy us a nice house to live in. And for what?
Well, I want you to know that I really am so grateful for all that you've done for me and the two of us. You know, I mean, I know how hard you were working to provide for me, but I guess the thing about your job is that, well, it just doesn't really have a go factor anymore. I mean, maybe being a TV producer was cool for a few decades ago, but not now.
What? What do you mean? What's wrong with the job that I do? That doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, come on. Who even watches TV shows these days, you know? Everyone is too busy watching YouTube or influencers on other apps. You're just the last of a dying breed at this point, you know? It's actually kind of sad when you think about it.
I can't really say that I ever really considered things like that. But are you telling me that you felt this way about me this whole time?
It's not that I didn't also see what a sweet and caring man you are or anything like that. I had no reason or ever doubt your feelings about me once. But the fact of the matter is that I also need a man who I was going to look good standing next to. You're useful in a lot of ways, but the ones that I needed.
Wow. I just really don't even know how to respond to that at all. I mean, you just told me that I really don't understand anything. And now I think I might be starting to agree with you. I just had no idea that humans were capable of such deceit and depravity. Are you there? I just wanted to let you know that I finally figured out just who you were cheating on me with.
Don't tell me the reason you were out of the house all night is because you've been working hard trying to figure out who he is.
That's right. I was up all night at the library, trying to hunt down who it could have been. But I didn't come back home at all last night because I just didn't even want to see your face. I needed a clear head if I was going to be able to do this, and it all paid off in the end.
Oh, really? Well, I'm glad that you didn't come home because you might have just yelled at me and hit me for being upset.
I would never hit you or anyone, Catherine. I think you know this. But about the person you've been sleeping around with, it's my older brother, isn't it?
And just what makes you think that I've been sleeping with your brother this whole time?
Well, you said that you were sleeping around with someone that I knew very well. And as I was thinking about who it could be, I remembered that my skeevy brother always had trouble keeping his hands to himself. But I guess I just didn't want to even have to think that it might have been him who slept with my wife.
Wow, well, I guess that they should really start calling you Sherlock Holmes or something because you put that together really quickly.
I knew it. I can't believe that you would sleep with my own brother.
I don't know what to say. He's just such a charmer. You know, I remember how taken I was with him at the first time we met, and now I'm going to be his wife and have his kids.
But you first met my brother on the day of our wedding. Are you telling me this has been going on since then?
I mean, not from that day specifically, but in general, I suppose you could say that.
Well, now I might change my mind about not hitting him.
Where is all of this aggression coming from? This really isn't like you at all. Do you know that?
Well, there you go. Your actions and words finally pushed me so far that I said I felt like hitting someone. But you know what? Fine. Be with my brother. I don't need you in my life anymore.
Sounds good to me. I'm going to spend the rest of my life happily married to Tom, and there's nothing you can do about it. Jeff, you have to help me. I can't get a hold of your brother at all. I feel like he's been ignoring me for a while now. No matter how many messages I send to him, he just won't respond. Do you know at all what could be happening? How about you try and talk to him for me?
You might be interested to know that I actually called my brother a few days ago to tell him about our divorce and that I wished him a happy life with you. But he was quite shocked at the idea of you two getting married. He admitted to the affair, but told me he thought you were just joking about getting married.
A joke? What? Is he serious?
No. In fact, what's even more curious is that Tom said that he always takes precautions to make sure that the women he sleeps with don't get pregnant. And yet, you did. So tell me that the kid that you're pregnant with right now isn't even my brother's kid.
You don't have any proof of that at all. How can you just accuse me of all these things? And since when do you trust your brother so much?
Oh, I don't trust him. But I do know that if he's one thing, it's a playboy. So I do believe that he would always carry around protection so as to not have later consequences pop up. And here you thought that you had found your dream man that was worth leaving me for. But now you're going to be left with nothing and no one except the child of whoever it is that you were sleeping with while you were seeing my brother and I. So to that I say, have a nice life. After that, I actually never ever saw or heard from Catherine again. Although I did hear some rumors about her later one. Apparently she decided to run away and raise her child all on her own. Another rumor said that she tried that for a bit before giving the child to her parents and running away again. Either way, after the truth came to light, my family stopped talking with my brother for what he had done to me. Although I couldn't track down Catherine, I decided to sue my brother for his affair and managed to win a decent payout. Obviously, I never wanted my life to go this way at all, but I'm just glad that it ended in such a way that I know who should and shouldn't have been in my life. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.